In the last class, we discussed about the difference equations, how to solve difference equations. Today, we'll start with block diagram analysis of digital systems. So, if we look at the block diagram of a digital control system, just like if we see in case of a simple analog system, we represented something like this, where G of S or so we are applying an analog input in case of a analog control system. Where we are represented by a model of transfer function GS. आपका जो आउटपुट है वो IT, that is also an analog output. ठीक है, और you can represent it, you can represent the input as in its frequency form R of S in the Laplace form, and the output as well as in the Laplace form as Y of S. As far as the digital control system is concerned, instead of having a transfer function, we have a pulse transfer function GZ. So our output will be YZ and the input will be RZ. Okay. But if we want to represent it in terms of analog input signal, fine, RT we want to represent it in terms of analog input signal RT and analog output signal YT, we need to take care of two more components in the system. One will be ADC, that will convert your analog to digital signal, and another one will be a DAC, that will convert your digital signal back into analog signal. So here an ADC is represented by a sampler, fine, while as a DAC is represented by a zero order hold circuit. We can have first order hold circuit, second order hold circuit, but normally for analysis of digital control systems, we'll be limiting our discussion right now to zero order hold circuit. So अब आपके पास ये जो sampler है और ये जो zero order hold circuit है, you need to understand the way this sampler works. Fine, it's actually an analog to digital converter, and how this zero order hold circuit works. Fine. So if your input is RT, the output of a sampler is represented by R star T. Okay, so R star T will basically refer to a sampled analog signal or a sampled time signal. Right? This is a normal continuous time analog signal. This is a sampled time signal, that is basically a discrete signal. Okay, digital signal. That's actually going to the system now, represented by its digital component equivalent, the pulse transfer function G of Z. Now we need to understand first how the sampler works and how the zero order hold circuit works. So as far as the sampler is concerned, So as far as the sampler is concerned, it's simply, you can model it as a switch, simple switch, fine. And this switch is turning on after every t seconds, fine. So अगर आपकी जो signal है RT, it's a continuous time signal, and you are, say for example, you are simply turning on the switch after every t seconds and turning it off after every t seconds. You are turning it on momentarily t पे, then at 2t, then at 3t, so on and so forth. So what this sampler does, it will simply produce an output at t seconds, it will produce an output at 2t seconds, at 3t seconds, at 4t. So we can model this sampler as a simple switch where RT will represent your continuous time signal and R star T will represent your sample time signal. So sampler का it's a simple it's a simple device. You can just take it as a switch, एक normal switch भी अगर आप लोगे यहाँ पर, you are simply turning it on after every t seconds, fine. जितना ये t कम होगा उतना आपका लॉस एनालॉग सिग्नल का कम होगा, ठीक है. वो मैंने आपको ऑलरेडी बताया हुआ है, सैम्पलिंग लॉस आप कम कैसे कर सकते हो. Now regarding this sampler, you need to remember one thing. This is known as the starring rule, ठीक है. If A of S is equal to B star S into C of S, fine, then we can simply say A of Z will be equal to B of Z into C of Z. It's something like this. आपके पास एक सिस्टम है A of S, or you can say this is C of S, this is A of S, and यहाँ से जो सिग्नल आ रही है, यहाँ से एक सिग्नल आ रही थी B of S, उसको आपने सैम्पलर के थ्रू पास किया तो दे B star S हो गया. In other words, you can say this was BT, this is B star T, this is AT. You can represent A as, or you can represent C as A S by B S. So basically आपका A S is equal to B star S into C S आएगा. So you can directly now say, if this is the case, then directly you can say AZ is equal to BZ into CZ. But fine, अगर आपने सैम्पलर यहाँ पे नहीं लगाया, if you are not including a sampler here, if you take a system like this, BS or BT, and आपका ये सिस्टम है C of S, and आपका ये सिस्टम है A of S, this is not equal to CZ, AZ, BZ. Fine, this is not equal to this system. Let me redraw this. आपके पास एक ऐसा सिस्टम है, RS, R star S, and this is Y of S. This is equal to RZ, GZ, YZ. बट अगर आपके पास ऐसा सिस्टम है G of S, ये Y of S है, and this is R of S, you are not using a sampler, and this is not equal to RZ, GZ, YZ. So to find out R GZ from G of S, आपके पास G of S सिस्टम का दिया हुआ होगा. If you want to find out GZ from that G of S, we need to make sure that there is a sampler placed before this system. If a sampler is not placed, then you cannot actually find g of z. Okay? So with this in mind, now we can say now if this is the case, find pulse transfer function of following systems. पहला system A, you have an input R of S. It's passed through a sampler. And you have one system G1S. So this is your R star S. So this gives you an output C1S. You are passing it through another sampler. C1S is passed through another sampler, so you are getting C1 star S. This is going to G2S, and you are getting an output C of S. Fine. So if there are samplers in between these, and second case, you have a system like this. So in the first case, there are two samplers separating G1S and G2S, and in the second case, you have only one sampler placed before G1S. So how to solve first case and how to solve second case. So for the first part, since this follows the starring rule, you can simply say G1 of S in this case is equal to C1 S by R star S, or you can say जो आपका G1S for case number A solution. In the first case, G1S is equal to C1S divided by R star S, or which implies C1S is equal to R star S into G1S. So as we know, if you have any system A of S equal to B star S into CS, then you can simply write AZ equal to BZ into CZ. So in this case, you can simply write C1Z is equal to RZ G1Z. And similarly, G2S in this case will be equal to CS divided by C1 star S. So that means CS will be equal to G2 C1 star S into G2S. So that means आपका जो G2 और CZ is equal to G2Z into C1Z. Fine. C1Z आपने पहले इक्वेशन से निकाला हुआ है. So let this be equation number 1. So moving on, G2S is equal to CS divided by C1 star S. Right, G1S is equal to output divided by input. Similarly, G2S is output divided by input. So we are just rearranging them and comparing with them with this formula that we have obtained for the starring rule. A star is equal to B star into CS, and we can directly write AZ equal to BZ into CZ. So since अब यहाँ पे A B Z क्या है वो आपको देखना है. So since C1S is into R star S into G1S, so you can say C1Z is RZ into G1Z. Similarly, in the second case, G2S is equal to CS divided by C1 star S, which implies C of S is equal to C1 star S into G2S, which implies CZ is equal to C1Z G2Z. ठीक है, which implies CZ from equation number 1, C1Z is RZ into G1Z, RZ G1Z G2Z. ठीक है, तो ये पहला केस है. फॉर द फर्स्ट केस इक्वेशन अब आपकी क्या आई, सी जेड इज इक्वल टू आर जेड इंटू जी वन जेड इंटू जी टू जेड, और यू कैन से सी जेड बाई आर जेड इज जी वन जेड इंटू जी टू जेड. So for the first case, where you have two samples separating two systems, two plants, CZ divided by RZ is simply equal to the product of the Z transforms, G1Z into G2Z. Now for the second case, for part number B आपका कुछ ऐसा सिस्टम है. You have G1 here, you have G2 here, you have CS, you have C1S, you have RS, you have R star S. So if you proceed normally, C1 will be equal to G1S into R star S. ठीक है, so what will happen? वहाँ से आपको मिलेगा C1Z is equal to G1Z into RZ. ठीक है, but for the second case, G2S is equal to CS by C1S. That means G2S is CS is equal to G2S into C1S. यहाँ पे कहीं पे भी sampled form नहीं है, so you cannot say this is equal to CZ is equal to G2Z into C1Z. तो इसको कैसे solve करेंगे हम? We know we can combine the transfer functions. If two transfer functions are in cascade or in series, we can simply say this is equal to G1S, G2S, R of S, which implies for this case, you have G1S, G2S, you can combine them. I have to replace किया by G of S. So here G of S is equal to G1S into G2S. Fine. So G1S, so this system can now be simply represented like this: RZ, GZ, CZ, because there is a sampler here in between these two. Now अभी GZ क्या है आपका? How you will obtain GZ from G of S in this case? If you have GS equal to G1S, fine. अगर आपके पास खाली इतना है तो हम इसमें क्या करते हैं, हम इसको हम पहले इनवर्स लैप्लास करते हैं. सो वी गेट GT. ठीक है, इसको जब हम इनवर्स लैप्लास करेंगे, इफ यू हैव एनी फंक्शन GS, you inverse Laplace this, you will get GT, then apply Z transform, you will get GZ. Fine, but after sampling this, In this case, your g of s is equal to g1s into g2s. So that means after inverse Laplace transform, you will apply first the inverse Laplace transform of g1s g2s, फिर इसको z ट्रांसफॉर्म लगाओगे. That means जो आपका यहाँ पे जी जेड है जो आपने अभी ऑब्टेन किया, दैट्स एक्चुअली z ट्रांसफॉर्म ऑफ Laplace इनवर्स ऑफ g1s into g2s. We have a function here gs that's equal to g1s into g2s. So to obtain g1s, to obtain g1, so you can combine these two actually in this case because there is no sampler in between these two. जब आप इसको combine करोगे, this is simply a product. इसका आप if you are representing this by one single function g of s, to obtain gz from this, first to apply the inverse Laplace transform, आपको gt मिलेगा. फिर उसके बाद आप z transform लगाओ तो आपको gz मिलेगा. That means in this case gz is equal to gz is equal to z transform of Laplace inverse of g1s g2s in case number B. In case number A, यहाँ पे g1z g2z था, मैं इसको भी as gz रिप्लेस कर रहा हूँ. Fine, I can say this is gz. In the first case, gz was g1z into g2z. In the second case, gz is z transform of Laplace inverse of g1s g2s. तो ब्लॉक डायग्राम की तरफ वापस आएंगे. तो अगर आपके पास एक ऐसा सिस्टम है जहाँ पे हर कोई प्लांट इट इज सेपरेटेड बाय सैम्पलर. फॉर दिस केस Cz divided by Rz will be equal to G1z, G2z, अगर G3z होगा, G4z होगा, if they are all separated by samplers. In the second case, अगर आपके systems they are not separated by samplers, Cz divided by Rz will be equal to Z transform of Laplace inverse of G1s, G2s, G3s, जितने भी samplers आपके पास होंगे उसके बराबर होगा. You have a system like this. If you have a system like this, एक सैम्पलर है, उसके बाद आपका G1s है, उसके बाद अगेन सैम्पलर है. दिस सैम्पलर इज नथिंग बट ADC G2s. Then you have another sampler, you have G3s, so on up to GNS. तो यहाँ पे आपका आउटपुट CS है और यहाँ पे आपका इनपुट RS है. This is one case. In another case, you have only one sampler at the input, G1s, G2s, so on up to GNS. इनके बीच में samplers नहीं है. So for this case, Cz divided by Rz is equal to Gz, where in this case Gz is G1z into G2z into G3z, so on up to GNZ, while as in the second case Cz divided by Rz, this is the pulse transfer function, is equal to Gz, but this is equal to Z transform of Laplace inverse of G1s, G2s, so on up to Gn of S. So where you have samplers in between the plants, your pulse transfer function is the product of the Z transforms of individual systems. Okay? Product of Z transform of individual systems. In the second case, where you do not have samplers in between the plants, your pulse transfer function is the Z transform of the Laplace inverse of the product of the transfer functions of the systems. ठीक है? यहाँ पे आपके individual pulse transfer function जो होंगे सिस्टम की उसका प्रोडक्ट है, बट यहाँ पर आपको ट्रांसफर फंक्शन निकालनी है इन एस डोमेन, उसका प्रोडक्ट निकालना है, देन ओनली यू कैन फाइंड आउट लैप्लास इनवर्स एंड द Z ट्रांसफॉर्म. And in the third case, if you do not have a sampler, then this is not actually, अगर आपका कोई भी सिस्टम है G1 है G2 यहाँ पे कोई भी सैम्पलर नहीं है, then this is not actually solvable using the Z transform. You need to have an ADC for the system to be in a sampled signal. ठीक है, अब आपके पास एक सैम्पलर होंगे या n number of samplers होंगे, you can decide what will be your pulse transfer function accordingly. Fine. So let's take an example. ये जो सैम्पल्स होंगे इनके साथ सैम्पलिंग टाइम भी एसोसिएटेड होगा. Right? So what will be YZ by RZ for this case? It will be simply G1Z. If this is G1S, this is G2S, it will be G1Z into G2Z. अब G1Z क्या है? G1Z is Z transform of Laplace inverse of 1 by S plus 1. ठीक है, into G2Z is Z transform of Laplace inverse of 1 by S plus 2. Fine. Individually Z transforms of the Laplace inverses. Laplace inverse of 1 by S plus 1 is e raised power minus t into Z transform of e raised power minus 2t. Z transform of e raised power minus t is Z by Z minus e raised power minus 1 t, capital T. Z transform e raised power minus 2t is Z divided by Z minus e raised power minus 2 capital T. Z transform of e raised power minus a t is Z divided by Z minus e raised power minus a t. यहाँ पे a कोफिशिएंट आपका 1 है, that means actually it is minus t into Z divided by Z minus e raised power minus 2t. यहाँ पे आपका जो कोफिशिएंट है that is 2, so it is e raised power minus 2t. Fine. It's actually plus rather in case this plus होगा ये. Z transform Z of e raised power minus at Z divided by Z minus e raised power at. ठीक है, ये जो t है ये सैम्पलिंग टाइम. सो इस यहाँ पे दो सैम्पलिंग टाइम्स है, अगर एक सेम होते तो इसको मैं t1 लिखूंगा, इसको मैं t2 लिखूंगा. g1 के साथ एसोसिएटेड है t1, g2 के साथ एसोसिएटेड है t2. ठीक है, प्लस. So it's simply the product of the Z transforms. Fine. If you have two systems separated by samplers, the resultant pulse transfer function is the product of the Z transform. Individual जो systems है उनके Z transforms. ठीक है. अब आपके पास जो सिस्टम दिए थे वो लैपलास डोमेन में, तो पहले आपको इसको टाइम डोमेन में लाना है बाय अप्लाइंग द इनवर्स लैपलास. Once you have it in the time domain, then you can apply the Z transform. So Z transform e raised power minus 80 is Z divided by Z minus e raised power plus 80. Fine. ये यहाँ पे आपका कोफिशिएंट हो गया. And understand this is small t, this is capital T. This t here represents the sampling time. G1 के साथ associated है ये sampling time. So you can also substitute this value. T1 का value आप यहाँ पे substitute कर सकते हो. T1 is 0.1. U2 is 0.2, so you can also calculate e raised power 0.1 and find out, you can find out the product of these two, you will get the answer. Okay? So this is one example. Secondly, take a system like this, S divided by S plus 1, S plus 1 divided by S plus 2. वन डिवाइड बाई एस प्लस वन इंटू एस प्लस वन इंटू एस प्लस टू. तो ये आपका वाई एस हो गया, ये आपका आर एस हो गया. डैट मीन्स दिस इज योर आर स्टार एस. इस सिस्टम का सैम्पलिंग टाइम से फॉर एग्जांपल 0.3 सेकंड्स है. सो फॉर दिस केस वाई जेड बाय आर जेड, दैट इज द पल्स ट्रांसफर फंक्शन, विल बी इक्वल टू जेड ट्रांस जी जेड. ठीक है, जी जेड इज इक्वल टू, that is the pulse transfer function is equal to z transform of Laplace inverse of the product of the transfer function, that is 1 by s plus 1 into s plus 1 by s plus 2. ठीक है, यहाँ पे पहले इनका प्रोडक्ट करना है, उसके बाद लैप्लास इनवर्स निकालना है, उसके बाद z ट्रांसफॉर्म निकालना है. फाइन. So in this case, this is z transform of Laplace inverse of s plus 1, s plus 1 cancel out. Laplace inverse of 1 by s plus 2, that is e raised power minus 2t. So z transform of e raised power minus 2t is z, small z now, divided by z minus e raised power plus 2t. Minus here, sorry, this is minus throughout, माइनस यहाँ पे भी और माइनस यहाँ पे भी है. So then you can substitute the value of t equal to 0.3. So this becomes z divided by z minus e raised power minus 0.6. E raised power minus 0.6 का value आप calculator के through you can find it out. Right? So this is how you will solve first systems that are either separated by samplers, or if they are not separated by samplers, how to solve these systems. Moving on, we have to take care of another system in this circuit, and that is the zero order hold. Fine. So as I said to you, in a digital system there will be two circuits. One will be the ADC representation, that is represented by a sampler, and another will be a DAC represent, that will be the zero order hold circuit. Fine. So अब आपकी जो digital signal है, it will be So your digital circuit will produce now digital outputs, fine, discrete outputs. So what the zero order hold circuit will do, it will hold this value till the next instant of firing, okay? Next sampling time. It will hold these values. So the resultant will be, you get a signal like this. So it may start with somewhere, fine. So now you are getting a continuous time signal again from a digital or a discrete time signal. अब आपके पास एक sample signal थी, you are now getting a continuous time signal that's actually defined for every value of time t. You have some value, fine. Even if it's constant, but it's defined for all values of time t. So it's a continuous time signal, and this will represent your DAC now, that is digital to analog controller. You can have the first order hold circuit, you can have a zero order hold circuit, but we are going with the zero order hold circuit. अब इसका जो circuitry है, it will look something like this. You can find out the transfer function of this. Right. So this is actually you have a signal. सिग्नल लाइक दिस, ये हर किसी टाइम इंस्टेंट पे फिर नेक्स्ट सिग्नल पे जा रहा है, फाइन. सो फॉर वन सैम्पलिंग टाइम योर सिग्नल इज समथिंग लाइक दिस. सो यू कैन रिप्रेजेंट दिस एज अ स्टेप सिग्नल, एक यूनिट स्टेप इनपुट माइनस अ डिलेड यूनिट स्टेप इनपुट. अगर आप इस सिग्नल में से इस सिग्नल को माइनस करोगे, सो यू विल बी गेटिंग दिस पल्स. ये जो पल्स है यहाँ पे, ये बेसिकली इस सिस्टम का एक सैम्पलिंग टाइम इंटरवल डिटरमाइन करेगा. So your zero order hold circuit can be modeled as a unit step signal minus a delayed unit step signal, and this will be delayed by the sampling time period t, say for example. Fine. So एक sampling time के लिए आपको basically find out करना है how the zero order hold circuit is working. So we can model this circuit as a step signal minus a delayed step signal. So this is simply UT, unit step signal, or what it can be a step signal of different magnitude, minus UT minus capital T. Right? So आपका जो zero order hold circuit है, if it will be represented by, say for example, delta T or FT, we can represent it as UT minus UT minus capital T. So in other words, f of s will be equal to, अगर हम इसका लैपलास इनवर्स निकालेंगे, यूनिट स्टेप सिग्नल का हो गया 1, लैपलास अगर निकालेंगे ut का यूनिट स्टेप सिग्नल का आपका लैपलास हो गया 1/s माइनस ut माइनस टी का हो गया e रेज पावर माइनस टी एस इंटू 1/s. फाइन. अगर आपके पास टाइम स्केल यूनिट स्टेप सिग्नल है, तो आपका जो लैपलास होता है इट्स e रेज पावर माइनस टी एस इंटू 1/s. सो अगर अब हम यहाँ से 1/s कॉमन निकालेंगे, तो अब आपका जो जीरो ऑर्डर कोड सर्किट है, उसका जो लैपलास है, ट्रांसफर फंक्शन है, दैट इज 1/s 1 minus e raised power minus t of s. So if you have now this system, आपके पास कोई भी प्लांट है GP, पहले हमने खाली सैम्पलर का देखा था, सैम्पलर का इफेक्ट क्या है, और अब आपको पता है इस सिस्टम में जीरो ऑर्डर होल्ड भी होगा, ठीक है। y of s, r of s, so you understand now, this will be equal to r of s, where GPS is the transfer function of the plant. जीरो ऑर्डर होल्ड सर्किट का अब हमने ट्रांसफर फंक्शन निकाला अभी, दैट इज 1 माइनस ई रेज़ पावर माइनस एस टी डिवाइडेड बाई एस, ये ऊपर जो भी निकाला, इनटू वाई ऑफ एस, फाइन। नाउ व्हाट गेट दिस वाज जीरो ऑर्डर होल्ड सर्किट, नाउ यू नो देयर आर टू ट्रांसफर फंक्शंस g1s g2s, yz by rz क्या होगा, z transform of the Laplace inverse of the product of these two transfer functions. So yz divided by rz will be z transform of the Laplace inverse of GPS into 1 minus e raised to power minus st divided by s, ठीक है। Fine, so moving on, so gz is equal to z transform of Laplace inverse of GPS divided by s minus e raised to power minus st, yz by rz, that's actually gz is equal to z transform of Laplace inverse of GPS into this function. So GPS इसको मल्टीप्लाई करो, so GPS into 1 माइनस GPS into e raised to minus st by s, ठीक है। मैंने मल्टीप्लाई किया, so I am getting Laplace inverse of GPS by s minus Laplace inverse of e raised to minus st into GPS by s. So if I assume g dash s is equal to GPS divided by s, then gz will be equal to z transform of Laplace inverse of g dash s minus Laplace inverse of e raised to power minus st into g dash of s. I am assuming GPS by s is equal to another function g dash of s. So I am getting z transform Laplace inverse of this. So from here I can say z transform of Laplace inverse of g dash of s, let us say that is g dash of t minus Laplace inverse of e raised to power minus st into g dash of s will be g dash of t minus capital T, scaled आउटपुट है आपका, ठीक है। सो दिस इज इक्वल टू, दिस मीन्स देन इफ आई एम अप्लाइंग द z ट्रांसफॉर्म, दिस विल बी z ट्रांसफॉर्म ऑफ g dash, z transform of g dash of t simply minus z transform of g dash of t minus capital T. So this is g dash of z transform of g dash of t. Let me say that is equal to g dash of z minus z transform of g dash of t minus t will be equal to z inverse g dash of z, ठीक है। You have seen अगर हमारा एक नेगेटिव स्केल फंक्शन होगी तो उसका z ट्रांसफॉर्म z इनवर्स ऑफ g dash of z होगा, ठीक है। That we have already seen the last time. So taking g dash z common, अंदर 1 minus z inverse आएगा, so 1 minus z inverse can be written as 1 minus 1 by z. So that will be equal to z minus 1 divided by z. Fine. So gz is equal to g dash of z into 1 minus z inverse. So g dash of z is equal to 1 minus 1 by z, which implies g dash z into z minus 1 divided by z. So आपका जो gz है अब that is equal to z minus 1 by z times g dash of z. अब ये g dash of z क्या था एक्चुअली, ये आपका z minus 1 by z. g dash of z was z transform of Laplace inverse of gps divided by s. ठीक है, हमने एक्चुअली एज्यूम किया था g dash of s is equal to gps by s. So वहाँ से हमने g dash of z निकाला था. It was actually nothing but z transform Laplace inverse of gps divided by s. So you need not to solve this every time you have a zero order hold circuit in the system now. अगर अब आपको पता है कि इस सिस्टम में zero order hold circuit है, फाइन. सो अगर आपको पता है सिस्टम में जीरो ऑर्डर होल्ड सर्किट है, तो इसका जो gz होगा, इसका जो ट्रांसफर फंक्शन होगा, दैट विल बी z minus 1 by z times into z transform of Laplace inverse of gps gp divided by s. ठीक है, ये जो अब आपका सिस्टम है, इसका जो ट्रांसफर फंक्शन होगा gz, that will be z minus 1 by z, gz of small z, this is the transform of Laplace inverse of gps, ये जो आपकी ट्रांसफर फंक्शन होगी डिवाइडेड बाय s. ठीक है, अब आपके पास यहाँ पे g1s हो सकता था, g2s, g3s, उसके बाद जीरो ऑर्डर हो सकता था. तो ये जो g1 सारे मिला के gps बनेगा ना, that we have to take here, and you know this is there is a zero order hold circuit. You need not multiply this every time first to find out the transfer function. You can now directly use this formula, that is gz equal to z minus 1 divided by z into z transform Laplace inverse of gps divided by s. Say for example, take an example, 1 by s plus 1. T is equal to 0.2 seconds. This is your R of s, this is your Y of s. Now you can say the pulse transfer function of the system will be g of z will be z minus 1 by z, find z transform of Laplace inverse of gps divided by s. gps आपका यहाँ पे 1 by s plus 1 है डिवाइडेड बाय s. ठीक है, फाइन. Laplace inverse of 1 by s into 1 by s plus 1. Laplace inverse इसका क्या आएगा, z minus 1 by z, z transform of Laplace inverse of 1 by s into 1 by s plus 1 क्या आएगा, 1 minus e raised power minus t. ठीक है, this is the transform of 1 by 1 minus e raised power minus t is now z transform of 1 is z divided by z minus 1 minus z minus e raised power minus capital T. फाइन. तो अब आप z माइनस 1 बाई z इसके साथ मल्टीप्लाई कर सकते हो. तो पहली वाली टर्म में तो 1 रहेगा खाली, माइनस z और z कैंसिल आउट हो गया, z माइनस 1 डिवाइडेड बाई z माइनस e रेज़ पावर माइनस t e रेज़ पावर माइनस 0.2. 2. So e raised power minus 0.2 is equal to 0.82. तो अगर आप ये सॉल्व करोगे e raised power minus 0.2 is 0.82. 0.82 इसका एलसीएम वगैरह वो सब कुछ निकाल के दिस विल बॉयल डाउन टू दिस थिंग. तो ये आपका ट्रांसफर फंक्शन हो गया फॉर द सिस्टम. जी जेड इज इक्वल टू 0.18 डिवाइड बाई जेड माइनस 0.82. सो रिपीट दिस प्रॉब्लम फॉर जी पी एस इक्वल टू 1/s². ठीक है, अब आपका यहाँ पे 1/s² है इंस्टेड ऑफ 1/s+1. बाकी सर्किट सेम है. फाइंड आउट द जी जेड फॉर दिस. फाइंड आउट जी जेड फॉर दिस सिस्टम. वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द पल्स ट्रांसफर फंक्शन ऑफ क्लोज्ड लूप सिस्टम्स. ठीक है, ये आपका सिस्टम है. आपका ये एरर हो गया. सो one equation is yz equal to ez into gz and another equation is ez equal to rz minus yz. So substituting the value of ez here, we get yz equal to rz minus yz into gz. Yz is equal to rz gz minus yz gz. So yz plus yz gz is equal to rz gz, which implies yz into 1 plus gz is equal to rz by gz, which implies yz by rz is equal to gz divided by 1 plus gz. Fine. So ये आपकी क्लोज लूप पल्स ट्रांसफर फंक्शन हो गई. एक्चुअली आपने लैप्लास डोमेन में भी निकाला है फॉर अ यूनिट स्टेप फॉर अ यूनिटी फीडबैक सिस्टम. अगर यहाँ पे सिंपली जी ऑफ एस होता तो यू वुड से वाई एस बाई आर एस इज जी एस डिवाइडेड बाई 1 प्लस जी एस. तो यहाँ पे भी आपकी वही फॉर्मूला आ रही है वाई जेड बाई आर जेड इक्वल टू जी जेड डिवाइडेड बाई 1 प्लस जी जेड. फाइन. सो इफ यू टेक एनी सिस्टम फॉर एग्जाम्पल जो भी हमने किया होगा कुछ 1/s+1 किया था हमने फॉर t इक्वल टू 0.2 सेकेंड्स. इधर 0 ऑर्डर होल्ड सर्किट. This is RS, this is YS. Forget about 0 order whole circuit for a while. Simply do this. So इसका जो solution होगा, जो total transfer function होगी GTZ, that will be simply GZ divided by 1 plus GZ. Where gz is what? Where gz is z transform of Laplace inverse of 1 by s plus 1. ठीक है. वो कितना आएगा? पहले जी जेड निकालो, फिर जी टोटल जेड निकालो. GTZ will be Z divided by Z minus e raised power minus 0.2 divided by 1 plus Z divided by Z minus 0.2 e raised power minus 0.2. ये आप सॉल्व कर सकते हो and you can see what will be the answer.